Okay, we're back, and I want to welcome Sean Edwards from Cosmederm Bioscience. Welcome, Sean.
Hello. Thanks for
Great,
having me.
great. Well, tell us a little bit about your company. What is it that you specialize in?
So, Cosmederm Bioscience is a specialty pharmaceutical company located here in San Diego, and we are focused on dermatology and pain management. And we have kind of three segments of the business. One is what we call cosmeceuticals, which are anti-aging products that are sold by physicians. They're not prescription products, but they're sold in physicians' offices. We also have a line of topical OTC drugs that we sell in your major drugstores, Walgreens and CVS's. And we're in the midst of developing topical prescription drugs as well. These are all based on our proprietary and patented compounds.
Great.
So the topical prescriptions, what are those going to be for specifically?
We're still looking at indications, but they will likely be either pain, things like neuropathic pain, diabetic neuropathy, or radiation-induced pain, so people that are undergoing cancer treatment and get radiation burns and pruritus. So those are the areas that we're looked on.
Well, before I forget, you're in quite a few stores as well, or are you all distributed completely by doctors and what am I thinking here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's
either.
wondering where all he can get your products.
Yeah,
well, you want the anti-aging products, Barry?
Of course, of course.
So our anti-aging products are just through physicians, dermatologists, and plastic surgeons, and our OTC drugs are available nationwide in Walgreens, CVS, soon to be Walmart, hopefully, and Rite Aid.
That's where I was going. Tell our audience the name of your product, so if they're in the store, they know what to look for.
Sure. The name of the product is called Tricalm, Tricalm, and that's because it stops itching, burning, and stinging. Wow. And we think it's a superior product. In fact, it's been proven by the world's leading itch researcher. Yes, there is such a thing. A guy by the name of Gil Yosipovich. He's been called the godfather of itch. And he did a test.
That's an interesting moniker to have. There's so many other things I'd rather be called.
Yes, I was
Spending
going
your
there
life
too.
studying itch. Yes, yes. Interesting passion.
Do you go into sunscreens and things to prevent the sun's damage on the skin?
Future products for the Tricalm brand, we may eventually get into sunscreen. I think that people will tell you that our technology has a benefit there. More likely, kind of focused on itch for right now, and other dermatological therapeutic products, whether it be for athlete's foot or eventually rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, some of those more severe skin conditions that you'll see.
Interesting. Yeah, I know the FDA is jumping into a lot of these topical cares right now, like on sunscreen and all. They've just set some new rules down.
Yeah, so we're in a regulated environment, and OTC drug is governed by the FDA in terms of our labeling and what claims that we can make, and then in advertising, it's regulated by the Federal Trade Commission. So that's a difficult environment to navigate through. It makes our life very challenging.
So you're not going to promise me that your anti-aging cream will make me look, like I'm 20?
Don't worry, it's all visual problems.
Yeah.
What are the for the ladies listening? What are the anti-aging products in the doctor's offices?
So it's a line called Refinity Skin Science. It includes chemical peel, and so the benefit of our technology in that peel is that we mitigate or reduce the irritation that you'd normally get with the peel. So you can go in on day one and get a really highly potent peel, and you add our technology to it, and it'll reduce the redness, reduce the irritation. Wow. You can start your high strength regimen on day one instead of doing a step up method over time.
Well, with all the laser technologies, that's got to be fabulous for the people that go in and get that. So
yeah, it's a benefit. It's a kind of a starter entry level procedure that's much more cost effective than the laser treatments, and so you can go in and get your series of chemical peels, and then have the take home products that utilize the same method. Really highly potent products, really gentle on your skin.
Wow, that's amazing, because I don't know if you guys remember the Sex and the City TV show. They did an episode where Samantha went and got a peel and showed up the next day, looked like she had been drugged down the street on her face, and that's typically what happens.
Yeah.
So to know that there's a product that can keep you from looking like raw meat immediately and you can go on about your life is huge.
Yeah, it's true. We call it the lunchtime peel, and it really is. I mean, you can go in at lunch and come back, and you might look a little flushed, like you ate lunch in the sun or went on a run or something, but you're not going to look like you've undergone
steak
this.
tartare.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Very good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450 and financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, with my co-hosts Andrea Kay and Urban Miaris, along with our guest, Sean Edwards. Sean, you have a bit of an announcement that you wanted to make. You just got licensed for selling your products where?
Well, we've launched nationwide here in the States,
Right.
and we're also launching in China in partnership with the biggest drugstore chain in China called Nepstar.
Wow.
And we should be on the store shelves there in 3 weeks or so.
Great.
And it's really exciting for us as they have a number of outlets throughout the country of China, and so to enter that market, which as we know is a big and growing one, is really exciting for us.
How do you enter a market? How do you compete with China? Why doesn't China just make their products or cut you out of the picture?
Yeah, so entering China is always fraught with kind of difficulties, and you have to be very cautious. And we've been looking at China for a number of years and have had some fits and starts there. And so ultimately, we decided we want to control the manufacturing and the formulation of our products and the technology. So we make the product here, we ship it to a bottling facility in Hong Kong, and then from there, it's bottled and packaged and shipped into mainland China. And so that's the best way that we can see in terms of protecting our intellectual property.
You must have a number of patents on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, we do. We have patents worldwide.
yeah.
Good.
Well, and then on their end, and in answer to your question, I guess I'm going to assume in terms of why China's not developing this themselves
Right.
is, we were talking before the show that not all products in China are really well made.
Yeah, it's a big thing in China is that they want to find and purchase U.S.-made products, especially with the rising middle class there, and they can afford it. So our price point there, interestingly enough, for our product, it will be higher than our product here in the States.
Wow.
Because they
Really?
really want U.S.-made products.
Interesting. That takes me back to some of my days when I was in the military, and you could go in. You could buy a pair of Levi's blue jeans for $10 or $15 in the day. I shouldn't give up my age, but you could buy
you can just
them
get some of
for
Sean's
$10
anti-aging.
here and sell them in Korea and Taiwan for $50, $100. It was crazy.
No way.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Russia especially.
Yeah.
Black market
So-
blue jeans. I had no idea. So you're going to be spending a lot of time over there with the launch of the products?
Yeah, we were just over there for a big launch event, even though it kind of preceded the time on store shelves. But we had the chairman of Nepstar, and everything over there is done with so much fanfare. And we had a music group and laser shows and light shows and celebrities and government officials, and it's just this crazy thing when you.
Okay, well, speaking of celebrities, I mean, we all know that some of America's top stars go to other countries and do commercials that they don't want anybody to know that they're doing over here.
Yeah.
So did Angelina Jolie, maybe Julia Roberts? Did you get, an A-lister to do some spots for you?
We have no celebrity endorser yet, but we're thinking you, Andrea.
Oh,
We should
yay!
Take you over there.
I just need a few months with your chemical peel products, and
There
then
you
I'll be
go.
good to go.
There you go.
Well, it's
And I want a
exciting.
piece of that contract.
Exciting to see your local company exporting, and people don't
Yeah.
realize now how much we want our manufacturers to start exporting. Even the Small Business Administration has some special loan programs and courses and programs, and of course our World Trade Center here in San Diego will help tremendously if you're looking to export as a business out there.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I mean, we've made a lot of progress from starting back, a few years ago when I joined the company to about 5 of us, and we're about 50 strong now. And, it's not too often that you have a company here in San Diego that's going up against the biggest big boys in the CPG, the consumer packaged good industry. And we're going up against J&J and Procter & Gamble and Chatham and Perrigo and all these companies. And so, we're the little engine that could.
So what'd you do before 5 years ago? How'd you get into the cream and
So I
skincare
started
biz?
out as a lawyer. I'm a San Diego native, born and raised here, and I practiced law here for a bunch of years, and then got out of that and got into technology licensing. I met the owner of my current company about 7 years ago now, I guess, is when I joined up, and have been here ever since. And I love
Wow.
it. It's
Great.
been great.
Well, before we get run out of time here, tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you.
So our website is tricalm.com, and or they can email me at sedwards@cosmederm.com. Go out and buy the product. We promise that you'll like it better than any other anti-itch product. It's been proven the best, and if it's not, I'll refund your money.
And men can use it too, right?
Men can use it too. Anybody that's got an itch can use Tricom, and it'll stop the itch.
Okay.
Not being able to see, how would I know if the aging product works?
Well, that's the Refinity, though, right?
Well, you have your
Hey, see, I don't have a gray hair on my head as far as I'm concerned. I looked this morning, I couldn't find one.
Yeah, Urban, you just have to check with Joanne.
Oh,
Trust me,
yeah.
she'll tell you.
All right.
You have hands, so you can touch your face and feel the wrinkles
can.
just disappear.
You definitely can feel the aging on the skin.
And how can they get information on where they what practices plastic surgeons are carrying the Refinity?
So Refinity, you can go on either Cosmederm.com, which is our website, or RefinitySkinScience.com. And I think there's a physician locator in there that you can type in your zip code, and it'll tell you where to buy it.
Spell that for the listeners.
Cosmederm is COSMEDERM.com, and then Refinity, REFINI.